And now it's time to dive into Kat's DMs. So you get a DM yesterday from a guy. Mm-hmm. He has a simple request.
Very simple request. Will you and one other girl step on snails for $5,000? I'll pay today.
I'm sorry. Back the truck up. He wants you to step on snails for $5,000?
Now, so what do you say?
I say, yep, I got a friend. Oh my God.
Immediately, okay. Kat's like, yep, I got my buddy Mac who works at night.
Right now. Yep. So I was next to Max. She goes, I mean, yeah, like we can split it right down the middle, $2,500 each. Like, I'm in.
Okay.
We're just poking the bear too. Like, sure. We just want to know, what is he about? Is he legit? What's going on? He asks me, do you have Converse or Vans?
Okay,
so he's got to know the shoe.
Right.
So now there's a dress
it's a specific
code.
I was going to say a specific which is wild because I would think that if he's got some weird fetish like that it would be barefoot.
So he says, "Okay, go get 10 snails from PetSmart."
10 snails is the requirement.
All right. So 10 snails and some Vans or Converse.
R.I.P. snails.
Will do, I said.
Okay, so far. Okay, so you're on your way to PetSmart at this point? According to your texts.
According to
Okay, she's telling him she is.
Okay, all right.
But she's still investigating.
I'm just catching myself up here.
All
okay.
right.
I ask him, why do you want to squish the snails?
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to know the motivation.
He says, what do you mean? I'm giving you $5,000. I'm like, yes, but what's your...
Yeah, he's like, I'm paying you. Don't ask questions.
Why are you thinking?
Okay.
Just do and take the money.
Mike just texted us and said, $5,000, snail, yes. All right. Where are we at this point in this journey?
Are we making this happen before the end of the show?
I was
going to
say, have we already done this and you're just not getting to it?
Well, we haven't done it yet because I wrote, you won't even send me money to buy the snails with angry emojis because I don't want to go out and buy the snails and then be out on my money. Yeah. I wrote, it is unprofessional to not give any down payment.
Unprofessional!
Or even, it is unprofessional to not give any down payment or even the money to get the snails. So I think this is going to have to close.
Wow. There's another text that says from a listener, I could be your snail dealer. LOL. I have a hole full of snails in my backyard. Okay, so what is your family secret?
So I live in a different city from my long-term boyfriend, who I love him so much.
Okay.
But this past weekend, I went out with some friends, and I had too much to drink, and I ended up kissing another guy at a bar.
Do you think that you'd act weird around him if you don't end up telling him just because you feel so guilty? Or do you think that you can continue on?
That's a really good question.
I have a question. So you lived apart from your wife at one point when you were dating, right?
Yeah. Are you saying if that were to happen to me, what would I have done?
Yes.
I would want to know, but at the same time, maybe I wouldn't want to know if everything worked out. I don't know. I don't know.
See, I would need to know. And this has happened to me twice, but not because of distance, just like boyfriends getting too drunk. I think that the problem is she got too drunk. It's like, you should, if you're drinking, be able to say, like, hey, I realize I'm about to kiss you and I'm going to pull my lips away from your lips.
Well,
okay.
Sometimes the drink doesn't allow that.
A lot of people on text message at 502-571-9970 are saying, hey, you know what? Kat makes a good point. If you can't hold your liquor, then quit drinking so much.
This is true.
Sure. I speak from experience, having been cheated on like this. So,
All right.
Don't do it.
Joe just texted in. I have to call Kat out real quick.
Okay, why?
Do you want to read it?
He goes, I have to call Kat out of the lesson learned drinking too much. Pretty sure I heard her say she peed on railroad tracks after having a few too many. Lesson not learned. But hey, no worries. Listen, the railroad tracks were just for fun. You pee wherever you wanted when you're drunk.
That's right.
No, I don't think we do that either.
The world is your bathroom.
All right.
All right, so there you are. I think we did.
Did we?
Yeah, sure. Family secrets.
We're such a
You
train
can
wreck.
pee wherever, but you can't kiss
No,
whoever.
that is not. No, we're not going to say that either. That is not what we're saying.
Moral of the story. Pee wherever.
Stop.
Kiss. No. You can't kiss whoever.
Can't kiss whoever, pee wherever. Lessons by Kat.
Get better
There you are.
babysitters when you're drinking.
99.7 DJ Yak. Ben Davis, Kelly K Show. Kat walks in this morning and is like, I have a story from over the weekend.
Over the weekend, I was babysitting somebody who I don't even know well, like a friend of a friend.
Okay.
And she tells me, she goes, hey, like, I'm going to put the baby's milk in the fridge and just heat it up on this steam thing and make sure it's not too hot. So I'm holding this crying 5-month-old baby in one hand,
Sure.
trying to grab the milk from the bottle it's like burning hot. So I'm like, okay.
You've heated it up.
I've heated it up.
Maybe a little bit too much.
Maybe a little too much. She's crying. 2.5-year-old in the corner is crying. I'm overwhelmed. So I have to make sure it's not too hot. So I try a sip and decide, okay, this.
Sorry, back the truck up. You tried a sip, in your mouth, you drank it.
Of the milk, and then I give it to the baby. I'm like, okay, this is a socially acceptable temperature for a baby to have. Sure. And a few minutes later, I'm like, wait a minute. That was breast milk of a woman I've never don't even know. And I drank breast milk.
Kat, have you ever heard of the drop? A couple of drops on your wrist?
No.
That's how you test the temperature.
No.
Do you think we just drink our own breast milk?
Yes, it's your own milk. Doesn't matter. It's your own formula.
I mean, to be fair to Kat, if no one told her that's how you test the temperature of breast milk, then she's not going to know.
Text me next time. Hey, as a mom, how do you best test the temperature of heated up breast milk?
This is another thing. I was throughout the night texting and calling my own mom for advice. I'm like, how do I burp the baby? How do I do this?
And you didn't ask her about, hey, is it normal to drink breast milk? You didn't ask her.
No. But then she goes, well, I think that's why the baby kept wanting more and more and more. Because I told her, she goes, well, what did it taste like? Oh, God. It tasted like vanilla almond milk.
It's very
it
sweet.
was
There you go.
delicious.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay,
so now,
great.
now Kat has discovered, you know what? Human breast milk, delicious.
Do they sell that at Trader Joe's?